What is it that drives us to succeed? Many times we may have doubts of what direction we should go in, or we talk ourselves out of starting a project or starting a business because of fear. Well, I want to talk to you about fear because fear is one of the lower vibrational emotions that steals joy and happiness. And when we learn to remove fear from our body, from our nervous system, because that's where it ultimately is, it's stuck in our nervous system. When we're born, the only fear we have is of falling. We learn every other fear. And to think, well, why do these fears follow me? Our brains and our nervous system record, our subconscious mind records tragedy, trauma, fear, anything that caused us in our life, starting from birth and even beyond, is programmed inside of us. And as we live with that fear and that trauma, that shame, pain, guilt, all of those lower, denser emotions, it actually causes dis-ease within our body. And this is done because every emotion that we feel, chemicals are secreted from in our body that, cortisol or adrenaline or dopamine. And when we have fear, it literally changes the molecular structure. And it's so important to find a way to remove these false beliefs. Because as you know, people say fear is false expectations appearing real. It's all a perception. Now, I'm not denying fear being real. However, fear can be real depending on the perception you take. Behind everything that scares you, there's something there to help you grow. Everything. God puts everything in our life for a reason. There could be a message, a blessing behind the turmoil, the pain, the struggle, the mental anguish we go through. And we have to take these as stepping stones. Without this, we never grow. We never expand into our fullest potential. Now, our heart is one of the most powerful organs in our body, I believe, because our heart, an electric magnetic frequency that sets out into our quantum field, into our biofield, this invisible energy field that is around us. And it can go 8 feet up to 40 feet. And what we need to do is focus on that heart. I wish I was in my house. I have some beautiful pictures of Jesus and Mary, and it shows them looking at their heart, and their heart has flames around it and a cross on the top. And it just shows the power of our heart, that we don't even tap into a percentage of the potential that we have there. And when you start opening your heart, you understand this power. Our heart, you can send love to someone. This is how beautiful our heart is. You can send love visually with an intent to someone across the world, and they have been able to show through calligraphy photos the energy leaving the heart of one person and penetrating into the heart of another. So honestly, one thing I tell a lot of friends that are going through tough things, I say, if you're upset with someone, you're having quarrels, the worst thing we can do is fight. The Bible says, love your enemy as yourself. Truly, when we send out anger and resentment and harsh words to others, it's like a boomerang. Like attracts like, so what you send out must come back. So I tell them, it's very important that when you are in strife with someone, send them love. And if you feel like you cannot send that person love because in your mind you're like, no, there's no way I could love them, visualize a pink bubble around them and send love to that bubble until your heart opens enough to have compassion, because it's not for them that you're doing it. It's actually more so for you, because sending out those negative feelings, thoughts, emotions, it's harming your physical body. Your body is creating chemicals inside of you because of that anger and resentment that turns into dis-ease within your natural created energy field. It starts sucking your life. And when they say, you're sucking the life out of me, this is really possible. Our energy field is measured in joules, kind of like volts for a battery. Joules is how they measure the energy. Now, when someone around you, maybe you walk into a room and you can just feel the energy, like, oh, something's going on here. You're feeling the energy feel around others. Everything you desire for yourself, pray for the persons you are resentful of. Absolutely, Debbie. It's so powerful because what we're sending out will come back and find us in some form. So I just ask everybody, try this for yourself and watch how your week, your month, your year unfolds. When you change your perspective to resentment and anger, which are more of those devilish emotions, okay? They're not of God. They're not of love and compassion and kindness. And when we do this, we're not only helping ourselves, but we're helping humanity as a whole. And this is a part of my mission with my nonprofit, the Heart and Soul Project, is to help people open their hearts, reignite their soul to unlock humanity's potential, to not only love their neighbor, but love their neighbor as themselves. Where right now we kind of do that, but not in a positive way. We don't talk to them at all, and we really need to have more compassion for one another. Everybody goes through things on a daily basis, and we don't know each other's story or what they're going through. They could be going through a hard time emotionally, mentally, physically. And watch the difference of when you just go up to someone and you say, is there anything I can do for you? How can I pray for you? How can I be of service? We need to be more of service to one another. And when we open our heart more, watch the beautiful blessings bestowed upon you. It is just so beautiful to see the power of community. And when you serve, I actually did a test on this. I have a machine called a BioWell machine. And what it does is it scans your 10 fingers, and our fingers have energy coming out of them. They're like energy portals. And it scans it to see the energy of your biofield around your body, your organs, your chakras, everything. And what I did is I tested myself before I offered a service of one of my modalities to a friend, cognitive movement, and after I completed the session, the most profound, beautiful thing is my biofield around me expanded by 15 joules. That's like 15 volts if you're going to add voltage to a battery or to a light bulb. It created a brighter essence, my aura around me. It expanded my energy field to allow me, not only was I serving, but I was able to receive that beautiful blessing of more energy, because we essentially are light and energy vibrating at a certain frequency. So it's very important every day to try to start your day off on the right foot, which would mean starting off with a blessed heart, gratitude, feeling grateful, because gratitude is the attitude that not only helps humanity. When we can all elevate our emotions and get out of that fear and start falling into gratitude and compassion, watch the changes unfold in humanity. Now, this is a mission that I'm on with my nonprofit, because they say when 1% of the population has heart and brain coherence, which means your heart is feeling that emotion of love and your brain is feeling grateful and gratitude, a positive emotion, they're coherent. When we have this, when 1% of the population do this, we are creating this magnetic field that literally can shift the vibration of our planet and flip it from fear into one of love, literally bringing harmony and peace on earth. Now that's the mission, one heart and soul at a time, to help heal, to expand our vibration and our energy, to help bring this to fruition. I know we can, and that is my mission, is to help get that 1% moving forward. But if we all do our part and just sit in gratitude, gratitude is the attitude, feeling is the secret, and joy is the key to co-creating the most beautiful life you could ever imagine. Romans 12:2 is one of my favorite verses in the Bible. It says, "Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, and then you can test the good and pleasing will of God." Well, renewing our mind, if you really dig deep into that, I have done lots of studies on this because I have a modality that renews the mind. It remaps the brain, because our brain, with neuroplasticity, we can create new neuron receptors, remove them from the, negative beliefs, the lower vibrations, grief, shame, pain, guilt, and renew the mind, remap the brain to remove that connection of that continual pattern of cycling thought and create a more positive connection and actually remove that hook, that trigger that gets us angry, that gets us resentful, and allows us to live in our whole heart. So when we renew our minds, we can test the good and pleasing will of God, because when we renew our minds to positive thinking and open our hearts and speak from our hearts rather than just our head, we actually are creating a vibration, because like attracts like. So everything we're sending out of positivity, gratitude, love, compassion it is God's law. It has to come back. So imagine if instead of going, oh, I'm so mad at you, I resent you, you say, you know what? I have compassion for you. I don't know what you're going through, but I'm sure something inside of you is causing you to act this way, and it's not me. Many times it's not us. So my mission with my nonprofit is to help renew the minds of humanity. In this modality, I have been working and doing some data collecting on the biofields, where after a session, I'm able to increase people's biofield about 10 joules. This is amazing. Like, this is what would take you months of meditating to increase your energy field that way. I did a study last week. In 1 week, I gained 38 joules. I went from 41 to 79 joules. 79 is like absurd. That's like a monk that sits out there and meditates every day. And I did that with some holistic modalities that I'm going to be doing within my nonprofit. One is the cognitive movement, breath work, yoga, meditation, and heart-centered meditation. And the power of how much energy I created, my energy field expanded. Not only is it helping others that are around me, but it is also helping my internal body, because now I have more energy. My nervous system is down-regulated, where I am calm, I am joyful, I don't have things triggering me. I am at a state of flow, and I'm able to experience God's amazing, pleasing will, where everything that I could think of happens. Where my kids laughing because I'm constantly saying, how can life get better than this? But I noticed when I was holding resentment for little things that, I didn't think were big, and when I finally surrendered them and let go and let God handle that situation, I noticed that some of the doorways that I thought were closed opened up miraculously. And now, I say miraculously, but it's actually the state and the way life should be. Miracles are supposed to be the norm. But unfortunately, the way we have gone in society over these hundreds of years, we forgot our true innate nature of being in peace and harmony with heart and brain coherence, being able to manifest every desire we want. And that's why, we are not meant to want. We are meant to know that we are whole and complete just the way we are. We are deserving. Everything we need is inside of us, and it truly is. Our heart is so powerful, not only just because it helps our heart beat and our blood flow through our body, but it also acts as a magnet to attract our desires and our wants. Now, I'm not saying you just sit there and go, I'm just going to feel love all day and I'm going to get $1 million landing on my door. That's maybe going to happen. I'm not going to bet that it is going to happen. But what will happen when we stay in that high vibrational state? It acts like a magnet because it's pulling information from the quantum field, and we will get a sense of inspiration, a thought that goes, wow, this sounds like a brilliant idea. Chase and follow that vision, because that is a vision from God given to you on how to fulfill your desires, whether it's financial, health, emotional, whatever it is. Wisdom. When we ask, you shall receive. When you seek, you will find. You have to look, but you have to take action. You need to, smallest bit of action to show faith. Faith is the key to unlock doors that are waiting to be opened to you. But you have to have faith. Faith the size of a mustard seed. That's all you need. And watch it grow as things fall into place in your life. And you go, wow. 1 week of sitting silent for 15 minutes a day, just quieting my mind, sitting there. If I see a thought move in front of me, I just say, I notice you, and I'm letting you go. And don't get up until that 15 minutes is over. Tame the animal. We are like animals. We want to get up and, I got to write this email. I got to do this. Tame the animal. Sit there, quiet mind 15 minutes a day, morning and night. I want to challenge you. This is something that is so profound and beautiful that I've learned and I've done over and over again to manifest things within 12 hours, 8 hours. Sometimes my quickest one was 30 minutes. And that was upgrading to first class on the way to Africa. When the plane was completely full and there was no extra seats, I was able to visualize and get an upgrade without paying for it to first class. But back to the story. We need to have faith. And I challenge you to meditate morning and night, 15 minutes, just sit there quietly. Not even if you can't quiet your whole brain, you are down-regulating your nervous system, allowing your nervous system to conserve energy, to heal your organs, to put more balance of energy into those organs. Because, guys, just breathing the air that we do and eating some of the foods with the contaminants and everything, it actually causes strain on our organs. We need to give it time to rest. Yes, when we sleep, it rests. But when you do this morning and night, something profound happens to you. You will notice a change. And also, when you go to bed, try this. This is so beautiful. If you want to increase your mental capacity to increase your memory and also have the ability to start visualizing your life into creation, co-creating reality, you have to visualize it first. What I would suggest doing, if you'd like to try this, is at night before you go to bed, play your day in reverse, okay? Not forward. Don't go, okay, this is what I did today. When you rewind your day in reverse, you're actually creating your brain to fire and wire differently than if you told the story straight out. Oh, I woke up, I did this, I had lunch, and then blah, 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 and I had dinner, blah, 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 I got ready for bed, and now I'm here. Reverse it. Okay, I'm in bed. I just went to the bathroom and I was brushing my teeth. Before that, I was on the couch with the kids, or I put the kids to bed. Before that, we were on the couch having some popcorn, family movie night. Before that, we were having dinner. Before that, we were doing outside playing on the trampoline. Before that, we were doing homework. Before that, I was picking up the kids from school. Before that, I had this meeting. Literally play your day backwards all the way until you say, okay, and now I'm in bed from the day before. When you do this, you will notice your intuition, your ability to sense things, your ability to imagine things, your ability to notice the subtle whispers in your ear of divine information, divine guiding, letting your soul lead the way. Watch how your life changes when you practice this consistently. Try it for a week and watch what happens. You're never going to want to stop, because you're going to go, oh my goodness, my life flowed so beautifully today. Everything worked out for me. How can life get better than this? And also, whenever something beautiful happens, even if it's so small where, you're thinking of a loved one and then, a butterfly flies by and that's what reminds you of them, just know that that was a sign and go, how can life get better than this? And watch. You will be shown how life can get better. You have to ask to receive. So when you ask that question, how can life get better than this? God in the universe has to show you how it can get better. My son loves doing this. He does it all day long. He goes, oh my gosh, Mom, you're never going to believe my day. How can life get better than this? Start off here and this happened. And then I got a piece of candy in class and oh my gosh, how can life get better than this? I got 100 on my test. And then at lunch, oh my gosh, you passed me the best lunch. How can life get better than this? And then after, I got to go over a friend's house and oh my gosh, I got to have a little bit of soda because they don't drink soda. How can life get better than this? The littlest things they notice and they appreciate. And that's the key to starting young, is instilling gratitude and knowing that every little thing that happens in your life, if you can acknowledge with grace and gratitude, beauty unfolds. We have to change and renew our mind and get out of that anxiety, that stress, that fast-paced life, and get back into the present moment, because nothing is real other than the present moment. The past, you may have thought it was real, but it was your perception of what actually happened, because we don't see everything that actually took place in our everyday. We kind of have a tunnel vision. We don't notice what happened over here. If we're looking over here, we miss things. But when we're present in the moment, we actually get to absorb the beauties bestowed upon us. And when we actually have gratitude of wow, I love listening to these birds chirp, and oh my gosh, that sun feels so good on my skin. Appreciate through all of your senses. When you do that, your life unfolds, your heart expands. When your heart expands, it attracts more goodness to you of all those things that you prayed and spoke about and wrote about and affirmed about. It's all about living every day like it's kind of like a game. Not in a bad way, a game of how can I make this the best game end result every single day? How can I put my best foot forward? How can I serve others before myself? Don't forget to take care of yourself. Being selfish is not bad. Going to get that massage or taking time for yourself, meditating, have that cup of tea. But also know that you need to fill your cup so you can serve from the overflow. But also don't forget to serve. And that doesn't mean having to always give money. It could be holding the door for someone at the grocery store. Find a way to serve someone every single day. be aware, and then it becomes second nature. Hold that door for that person who is 20 feet away rather than, just walking through. Hold it and smile. Smile is a universal language. Smile shows joy, shows happiness, and it can vibrate compassion. When you smile, you literally could change someone's day because they could be in their head, stressed, angry. You never know what they're thinking, and that smile could change someone's life. If you see, an old woman at the grocery store reaching and struggling to get something, offer to help. Rather than being in our head so much, be in our heart and be present to where we can serve. Watch how your life unfolds in the most beautiful ways when you live from your heart. And this is my goal, to help that 1% of humanity wake up soon enough to realize our heart is our superpower. Our heart has the ability to heal, but our heart also has the ability to hurt. But if we let go of shame, pain, guilt, grief, and fear, and we live in a place of joy, happiness, and compassion, and understanding that everybody is going through their own journey. It may not be the same as ours. They may not choose the same thing, but have compassion for them that they're actually waking up every day, because they're a piece of the divine. They're a piece of the Creator, and we all are a piece of the Creator, and we are all one. And when we show compassion and love to everyone around us, watch how love and compassion comes and finds you. All right, guys, so I hope you have the most beautiful week ahead, and keep shining, and don't ever lose your faith. Follow your heart and keep on dreaming. I love you guys. Catch you later.